Hi everyone, my name is Jody Brito. I did my research study on aromatherapy and meditation and how it helps with sleep issues. I hope you enjoy. So first I'm going to go over the history of aromatherapy. Aromatherapy has been around for 2,500 years. It was first used in China, Egypt, and India, while Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, was still alive. They used common oils we use today for physiological and their physical state, such as fennel, frankincense, and rose. After the 10th century, the distillation process began, with credits to the Persians, though there is evidence that they may have been using the distillation process before that period. By the 19th century, the use of essential oils for medicine declined. Medical doctors became the new rule for healing health. Doctors were not allowed to use natural substances along with their prescription drugs. Though most medical practices did decline the use of natural medicines, Germany, along with France, continued to use that. So the use of essential oils is now on a rise, as René Gattefossé, hopefully I said that right, found the properties of lavender to be healing after burning himself. He wrote a book in 1937 about aromatherapy, which became an English translation in 1964. Many people during that time didn't know what aromatherapy was, so when he translated his book, it really opened a lot of people's eyes to a new form of natural healing that they could use. So I chose aromatherapy for sleep issues for my study because I found that there are many essential oils that can help with sleep issues. So I had one participant who actually had used essential oils before, and so the fact that I was able to try a couple different ones she hadn't used was really beneficial for this study. I also like that you not only can use it directly on your skin, of course with dilution, but you can diffuse it, spray it in the air, and there are a few other methods you can also use. So I love that my participants would have the options of how many modalities that they could use through the essential oils. Being able to bring a new light into sleeping issues without a prescription was a great reason for me to choose this. One of my participants is actually on a sleeping medication, so she's been looking for something more natural, and just to be able to see if this would work even close to the prescription that she's using was also a very good reason for me to choose this for the study. So the history of meditation. So meditation has been around since the ancient times. There's proof that 5,000 years ago, Indians used a meditation practice called Tantra, which they found from artifacts. Though meditation started that long ago, it has changed over the years. Buddha's existed since 500 BC and is the icon most known for meditation practices we use today. Buddhism and Hinduism are known for their practices known as Eastern style, which is the kind that we do use. So in the 1960s and 70s, researchers and professors started testing the benefits of meditation and the effects people can get from it. Though meditation was practiced in the East for thousands of years, it did not become popular in the West till the mid-20th century. I chose meditation because a lot of times people use meditation and essential oils together just to get a better effect. Also, meditation is a great relaxant. It's used in many countries to ease the body and mind, which is perfect for sleep. I use meditation for relaxation and have felt it work. So to see how it worked on other people was a great reason for me to also choose it. So my hypothesis. If certain aromas along with meditation can relax our body, mind, and spirit, then using aromatherapy and meditation before bed will decrease sleeping issues in young adults. So I had 4 subjects, ages 20 to 40. They all used the lavender, Roman chamomile mixture right before bed. You can also use German chamomile. It's not quite the same smell, and Roman chamomile is just known for being a little bit more relaxing. So that's why I chose that over the German. I had my participants meditate at least 5 minutes while lying in bed every night for the 2-week study that they did. So the purpose of my study, I wanted to see if the use of essential oils would be calming and relaxing to them. Also, to see if meditation would help the young adults fall asleep and stay asleep through the night. So I used two different applications for my essential oils. The first one I used was the rollerball container. So I just had a rollerball container, obviously. I did 15 drops lavender, 15 drops Roman chamomile, and the rest of it jojoba oil, just so that way it didn't burn the skin. So I had the participants roll the essential oil concoction on the feet before lying down, and then they had the option if they wanted to roll a little bit on their hands, just because while you're meditating and resting, you can get the smell a little bit closer. So my second application was my favorite, the diffuser. So only one of my participants chose to do this. But you just do a diffuser with tea light candle. I had him do 5 drops lavender, 5 drops Roman chamomile, and just inhale deeply about 10 minutes before bedtime. Meditation practice. So the kind of meditation that I specifically use is called mindfulness meditation. It focuses on relaxing the muscles, just concentrating on relieving your body and any ease or tension that's in a certain part of your body that feels very stressed. So I gave the participants a mindfulness meditation script in case they haven't done this before that they could go over right before bed. So they meditated while lying down and then did some deep breathing, and then after that is when they started focusing on relaxing their different muscles. So I had 3 different research articles. The first was the University of Maryland, the Medical Center lavender. So that study showed how lavender has been used for insomnia, anxiety, and fatigue, which all obviously play a role in sleep issues. Folklore used lavender flowers in their pillows to help people fall asleep. The study also showed that lavender created that calming and sedative effect when the scent is inhaled. Evidence showed that using lavender in the form of aromatherapy may create relaxation and help with sleep issues. So obviously I chose that article because I used lavender along with sleep issues. The article from Store Management Solutions, the explorer of aromatherapy using EEG signals on the emotional analysis, studied how brainwaves are affected by aromatherapy. So they use peppermint and bergamot for attention, and lavender and ylang-ylang for meditation. I'm not going to go over the peppermint and bergamot. Obviously, attention has nothing to do with my sleep issue, but I did just want to mention that was part of this study. So the results show that lavender was highest in enhancing meditation. Ylang-ylang did help a little, but it wasn't quite as strong as the lavender. The results were not perfect. There were some variables in the study that didn't quite give the results that they looked for, but it did show that the lavender did work for relaxation along with meditation. So obviously, once again, I'm using lavender and meditation for sleep, so that is why I chose that article. My last research article was probably one of my favorites. The use of Ayurvedic principles, yoga, meditation for addressing insomnia and sleep disorders. And the title of it explains I use meditation along with sleep disorders, so I chose that article to see what research showed. So the study showed that addressing certain herbs, and they did show lavender and chamomile in the article too, did help with sleep issues. The study used the mindfulness meditation, which I used, as a way to decrease stress and improve sleep. Research showed that using mindfulness meditation did decrease sleep disturbances and improve the quality of sleep of the participants for the study. So issues with mood, fatigue, and stress also decreased. A lot of times, if you aren't having a good mood, if you're overtired, if you're super stressed, that affects your sleep a lot more than people realize. So just calming your mind, calming your body, getting getting any of those stressful issues or overthinking things out of your head really helps you to be able to sleep better through the night. Excuse me. So this is just a little graph to show the second research article that I did. It shows the lavender in the red and the blue in the normal. So as you can see, definitely the lavender did help with the meditative value. So this is the ylang-ylang study. I did notice that the meditative value of these people normally seemed a little bit higher than the first one, so I don't know if that was one of the variables. But you can see that the ylang-ylang did help in some places, but it also did not in others. So ylang-ylang is good for sleeping. If you didn't do it along with meditation, it would probably help with sleep, maybe just as much as lavender. But if you are going to do the meditation along with it, this study just shows that the lavender would probably help the effect a little bit more. So, my participants before the study. Participant number 1 slept 4 hours per night, stayed asleep, once asleep. Participant 2 slept about 6 hours per night, fell asleep easy, but woke quite often during the night, sometimes for hours. It could range anywhere from 15 minutes to 2 hours that he would be awake during the night. Participant number 3 slept about 6 hours per night, took 3 to 5 hours to fall asleep, and once asleep, stayed asleep. Probably from exhaustion, I would assume. Participant number 4, she slept about 6 hours per night, and she had trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. So after the study, participant number 1 slept about 6 to 7 hours and had a better quality of sleep. Participant number 2 slept about 7 to 7.5 hours per night, woke less during the night and for a shorter amount of time. Also had better quality of sleep. Participant number 3 slept about 8 to 9 hours per night, fell asleep slightly easier, and had a good quality of sleep. Participant number 4 slept about the same, 6 to 7 hours per night. She had a harder time falling asleep, didn't sleep through the night, not good quality. All these participants had variables during my study that probably affected the results, and I will go over those later, so we can kind of look at that. This is just a little chart showing my participants before study, week 1 and week 2, and as you can see, most of them before the study were not sleeping so well, and in week 1 they actually already started seeing improvements, and then by week 2 it was some improvements, some of it stayed the same as week 1, and then of course participant number 4 went back a little bit to before the study. So the variables. Participant number 1 found out she was pregnant right after the study. So she could have had a possible hormonal imbalance that helped her to sleep a little bit more. Obviously, you're exhausted when you're pregnant. I did talk to her right after this study and told her if she's going to continue the use of essential oils, make sure to talk to her doctor to see and make sure that none of that would affect her pregnancy. If you're ever pregnant, always check with a doctor before taking any natural medicine or anything that you have not used before. Participant number 2, he was working in a haunted house and not getting home till about 12 to 3 in the morning. Sometimes he wouldn't even get to sleep until 4 a.m. So I think possible exhaustion may have helped him sleep through the night a little bit better. Excuse me. Participant number 3, she did have to take Ambien a couple times during the night. She said it had been 5 hours. She wasn't able to fall asleep. And she is obviously the one who'd been taking Ambien before. The fact she only had to take it 12 days out of the 14 days of the study I thought was awesome, but it could have definitely affected the results. And participant number 4, she just broke up with her boyfriend after 5 years, emotionally, mentally overloaded, and that definitely affects sleep. So I'm guessing that's probably why the last week of the study it got a lot worse for her. So my results. Whoop. Sorry about that. So hypothesis somewhat confirmed. The scents did show to be relaxing and calming for all participants. Only one of my participants liked the meditation. The other ones found it a little distracting, but he said he will continue to use it. 3 out of the 4 participants found some decrease in the sleep issues, and all participants had different sleeping variables, which I showed you, which may have affected the study. So that, excuse me. those are my results. That's the study. I hope you enjoyed. I really look forward to any questions, answers, just anything you guys have to say about it to help me to do this better next time. So thank you, and I hope you have a blessed week. See you soon.